You have embarked on a great adventure. You've decided to start a nonprofit corporation, a 501c3 community benefit organization. Where do you begin? Well, you need to start with a vision. A vision is a picture of the future after you have begun to do what you feel that you must do, after you have had success in developing your bold venture. Write your vision statement from the point of view of what is the world going to look like? What difference is our organization going to make in the world? Then write out your purpose and your mission. And if you can't distinguish between them, it's because often for many different models, they are interchangeable terms. But work with someone and begin to write out a statement, a brief statement of what your mission is in the world and develop an elevator pitch based on that. And then uh, start to talk about your vision with other people. Uh, Start to develop it. Start to strategize. Start to work through the dreaming process. Remember that when you're starting a nonprofit corporation, a community benefit organization, you are solving someone's problem. Like any business, you are meeting a need in your community. The funding will come as you meet that need. I suggest that you find a good mentor or coach or both. A mentor and a coach could be the same person or they could be different people. But do not take this journey alone. Understand in your own mind what nonprofit organizations are and what they do. A nonprofit organization is not about how you get the money, it's about what you do with the money once you have it. It's not so much about your strategy as who controls and owns the assets. Nonprofits are, in the positive realm, a collection of organizations, a body of organizations that exist for the benefit of the community. There are no private owners. Profits do not go into investors' pockets. They are controlled by volunteer boards of directors, and they're responsible to both state and federal laws as well as to their communities. Gather a brainstorming and support team. They may be volunteers, they may be board members, in the future. They may be future advisory board members. They may become donors, or they may just be supporters in your future. But for now, they are your sounding board. Dot your I's and cross your T's. There are legal requirements for starting a nonprofit organization. Three things you'll need. The first will be your articles of incorporation. You do that at the state level, and we can always hold your hand on that and help you work through that process. Then you're going to need a letter from the Internal Revenue Service called a 501c3 recognition. And when you're designated as a corporation that exists for the good of others, there are a number of different levels of the 501c code, but most are 501c3. And then you're going to need an employer identification number, which is the equivalent of a social security number for private people, only this is for businesses. When you fill out your articles of incorporation papers online with the Secretary of State's office in the state of California, you need to have some understanding of why you exist. You need to have, even though you're probably only going to put down the name of one incorporator, you really want to know your three major officers, your CEO, your CFO, and the secretary of your corporation. This is not a hired secretary who does your typing. This is the person responsible for the records. You're going to need an address of record, and you are going to have to pay a small fee. Though recently in California, that fee has been waived. It will not be waived forever, but it's not a large fee. When you fill out your 501c3 and EIN requests, you're going to need to know the category you fall under, and there's a long list. You can do this online. It's much easier than you think it is or that it used to be. Your EIN will enable you to open a bank account, and it'll be issued immediately. Your 501c3 letter may take a couple of months, but it will allow you to accept tax-deductible donations and to receive grants and government contracts. You may be able to operate under the sponsorship of another nonprofit organization until such a time as your approval comes. That's a possibility. You want to create a business plan. You may call it a strategy plan, but the principles of business and strategy plans are the same. Nonprofits are businesses, and in some ways, they're more complicated than other businesses because there are unique reporting requirements and multiple streams of income. You need to work with your mentor and with the nonprofit organization version of the one-page business model canvas. Then you want to share the plan with your board and have them adopt it. Gather your board together. Decide how many people will be on your board initially. 5 to 7 is a good start. Decide the qualifications and recruit people with a variety of skills and experience based on those qualifications. Watch our video on board responsibilities. Don't oversell and don't undersell to get warm bodies. You need special people who are committed with you. And schedule your first meeting. Before the meeting, draw up rough drafts or a rough draft of your simple bylaws. Use a template and keep it simple. And then draw up an initial budget. Use a financial projections worksheet that we can help you work through. Understand your initial sources of income. Plan to be a donor yourself and to let potential board members know that they're expected to be donors as well. And keep it simple. At your first board meeting, you're going to do several things, and this constitutes your agenda. Announce the meeting and send out all documents and agenda no less than a week ahead of time. Send out basic board training video material and have someone present at the meeting who can present a brief training session. You may want to do this for the first 5 or 6 times your board meets. Spend some informal time getting to know each other. The founder, which is you, most likely, will lay out the vision and the mission. You need to take a vote to constitute the organization and elect the members. Elect the officers. There will be 3 of them. They can be board members or not. The founder may be the CEO and not a board member. Charge the secretary of the corporation with keeping the minutes starting at that meeting. Designate the executive director if ready, and that's usually the founder. Adopt your tentative bylaws and budget. Set the date for the next meeting. Adjourn your meeting and send out the unapproved minutes within 48 hours. At the next meeting, you will approve those minutes, and they will become a part of the permanent record of the organization. Keep on planning. Continue to develop your strategy. Network with other people and leaders in the community and organizations. Grow as a leader. Work at this process every day, even if you are a volunteer executive at first, and stay in touch with your mentor. One last thing. Go out and change the world.